Good morning and welcome to this week's video. I just wanted to make a video about a comment that I see quite often in the homesteading pages on Facebook, and that is how hard or easy is homesteading, like actually. So I thought I'd make a video of just like, I find it quite easy. Now, obviously, setting up a homestead is really hard. Like, it's manually hard because you have to build things and think about where things are going to go and all of that stuff. So that is very hard. But the day-to-day, like just caring for the animals, I find quite easy. And if it's something that, you know, people want to do, like they want to move to a bit of land, but they still have a full-time job, you know, I spend less than 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at nighttime, you know, looking after the animals. So if you were to work full time, it is definitely something you could do like before and after work. So yeah, I just wanted to show you like how easy it can be. And obviously there are weeks or days that it can be really hard and lots of stuff goes wrong. Like we had a couple of weeks ago where I had a horse with an abscess. My sheep has a hernia. The rider mower broke down. I don't know, there was something else as well that happened that I can't remember, but it's just like everything was going wrong. But usually everything's fine and smooth. So let's show you a smooth day. So I guess we'll start with coming out of my front door. I've got my bowl of scraps. I've got my chicken egg collection basket. And we're going to head over towards the chicken coop. So I guess the first main thing is having everything that you visit the most regularly closest to the house. Far enough away that it's not annoying, but like noise-wise and stuff, but close enough that you can easily get to it if, you know, the weather's gross or whatever. So the thing I probably do the most is interact with the dogs, because I let them in and out of their run regularly, and so they're the first stop on the morning chores. And then I'm going to dump my bowl of scraps, and the dogs do get into it first, but I am going to let the chickens out straight away. So right next to the dog run, which is literally just along this wall here, we have the chicken and a couple of ducks. So they're super easy. We just open the door in the morning and let them out, and at night they put themselves away and all you have to do is close the door. Woo! And they are all happily eating their scraps. The dogs try and get in there, but the chickens are pretty ferocious. And then Flint's going to come with the basket and we're going to collect the eggs. Yeah. Oh, there's an eggie. Be very gentle. Very gentle. Yeah. Here, you carry one. There you go. I'll carry the rest. Yeah, good job. All right, let's go. You can carry them, but be very careful. Now I've also got ducks that are in a separate coop to the chickens. So dog run, chicken coop in there, and then duck run just there, but my partner has already let them out, so I don't need to do that this morning. So now on our way to feed the other animals, which is the horses, we're going to grab some hay. So the hay is just there, and we're walking just over here to feed the sheep. So something I could do to make things more efficient would be to give the sheep a round bale in their paddock like I do my big horses. So then I wouldn't actually have to go and feed them, but they weren't super friendly when I got them. Well, 5 of the wethers were, but the ewes that I got weren't friendly. So I wanted to make sure that I was out there with them twice a day, bringing food, so they saw me as a good thing. And they've become quite friendly, like not friendly as much as the wethers, but obviously you can see they come up to you and eat the hay, and yeah. So I'll continue to do that. I do that twice a day. But when we move them into the larger paddocks that are further away, then I will actually put the round bale in there so that I don't have to lug hay all the way up there. Yeah, so I'm just going to go check my big horses now. They don't need feeding because they've got a round bale, but obviously we just want to make sure that they're all good, and we'll just check and see how much water they've got. And but yeah, it's just obviously a short walk just past the minis paddock, so the minis are in here, and then we're just walking up there to check the big horses. So obviously I can see them from my kitchen window out here, and I can see that they're all good. I've seen them walking around, no one's limping, everyone's good. They've still got plenty of hay, and their water will just need a tiny little bit of a top up. So proximity check, that is the house. This is the minis paddock, and my other horses are there. And I've got this tap with a hose that goes all the way to that tub. So I just turn that on. And then from here I can see when it fills up. So I usually just stand here for about 5 minutes until it fills up. So I have finished filling up the horse's water trough. I've just come over here to where my garden is, and if it was warmer weather, this is when I would just give them a bit of a water, but we're in the middle of winter, so nobody really needs a water. But I do like to just come over and check the progress of the garden. We've got some broccoli heads forming, and check to see if there's any snow peas that I could harvest, but it doesn't look like there's any at the moment. And yeah, just check out that everything's good. Now that I've finished my chores, I will probably just maybe fill this bed up a little bit with some soil, just work on that a little bit. But yeah, so my morning chores so far has taken me a grand total of about 20 minutes. Usually about 15 to 20 minutes in the morning, just depending on, obviously I'm setting cameras up and talking to cameras and stuff. And depending on Flint as well, sometimes he tags along and makes it a little bit harder. Sometimes he just entertains himself in the front yard, feeding chickens or just doing whatever he does. And I obviously just keep an eye on him from where I am doing whatever I'm doing. So yeah, that's the morning chores. I will see you in the afternoon. Oh, and I forgot to add, I've just fed the dogs. I'm heading back into the house now. So the dogs are going back in their run. I fed them, and I'm just gonna do a quick poop scoop, and then we're off to a party. Just on a little side note, Moby's here. It's our new puppy. He's a border collie. He's about 9 weeks old. Yeah, and he has joined the family, so that's exciting. So it is 4:30 and it is time to do my afternoon chores. So pretty much the same as this morning, just in reverse. So first up is grabbing some hay. I assume that these afternoon chores are going to take a little longer than the morning ones because I've got a new puppy and Flint is having a hard time today. I just dropped so much hay on the puppy. Anyway. Alright, so we're going to do pan first. So put the hay in and put his rug on and lock him up. Now we're going to grab the sheep's hay. Okay, so the only thing left to do is to lock the chickens up in the coop when it gets dark. They're obviously all still out at the moment. So I probably won't film closing them up because I'll be inside having dinner usually when that happens. But my partner will close the door on them so they're all safe. And yeah, that's it. That took me 25 minutes this afternoon. It felt like a little bit longer than normal because of the puppy. And yeah, Flint's being a bit of a terror too. And also the neighbour came over and gave me a letter. So, but anyway, all in all, very smooth, very streamlined. And yeah, it's just making winter easy and not miserable. And it's great that the weather is actually quite mild at the moment too. So that does help. So anyway, I will see you on the next video. Bye.